welcome to the new chapter today, triangle and its properties for class 7th. I hope you all are doing good. So same way as I am teaching you maths, will be concepts and questions. So this is a good chapter. I have some concepts for you and then I will do all the questions for you here. So don't worry, you just concentrate on the concepts first, and once the concepts are over, then we will do all the relevant questions pertaining to the concepts. So let's get started, students, and that is triangle and its properties. So as you see the board, there are 12. I went through your chapter and there are basically 12 concepts. So I'll just give you a brief of these concepts. We'll discuss about the triangle. Then we'll discuss classification of triangle on the basis of angles. Third, classification of triangle on the basis of sides. Then fourth is what is the median of a triangle. Then fifth, we'll discuss what is the altitude of a triangle. Then we'll discuss altitude of a triangle if the triangle is obtuse. Then the seventh point is altitude of a right angle triangle. I'll tell you what is a right angle triangle and its altitude. And there are all figures next to the concepts, so which will make the things very clear for you. Then we'll discuss the angle sum property. Some of the students, or maybe most of them, must be knowing it, but then those who don't know, I will tell you. Then we will discuss exterior angle property. Then Pythagoras theorem, 10th, 11th, Pythagoras triplet, and lastly triangle inequality property. So let's get started with triangle. A triangle is a plane figure enclosed by 3 line segments. It has 6 elements, 3 sides and 3 angles. So you see the figure A here for triangle ABC, angle A, angle B, angle C. There is 1 dash, 2 dash and 3 dash, which means these are 3 different angles. This can be 40, this can be 50. So this way there are different angles. This is how you donate angles. So sides are also different. Same way I have denoted the sides as well. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, which means these sides are also different. So this is basically a triangle. It has got how many elements? 6 elements, students. These are 3 angles and 3 sides. Very simple. So I just mentioned this thing in figure A. The 3 line segments are AB, BC and AC. This is how you donate the line segment. And the 3 angles are angle A, angle B and angle C. The point where the 2 angles of a triangle meet is called the vertex. So vertex is A, where the 2 angles, you can take any angle, say angle B and angle C, where these 2 angles meet. So that is at angle A. So basically the points where 2 sides of a triangle meet, that's the vertex, not the angle, I'm sorry. Where where 2 sides of a angle, the 2 sides of a triangle meet. So what are the 2 sides? You can take any 2 sides. Say you take BC and AC. So BC and so this side BC and AB, they are meeting at BC and AB are meeting at B, and the sides AC and AB is meeting at A. So this is the vertex. What is it? The point where 2 sides of a triangle meet. It is the side. Okay. 2 sides of a triangle meet is called a vertex, and vertices are ABC. Now next, go to the next part. Classification of triangle on the basis of angles. So if in a triangle with all angles of measure less than 90 degree, so this is less than 90 degree, is called an acute angle triangle. You all must be knowing. So this is just a brief recap. The other part is B part, a triangle having one of its angles as 90 degree. So one of its angles as 90 degree, or you can say equal to 90 degree, is a right angle triangle. Right. Third is a triangle having one of its angle greater than 90 degree is obtuse, or say obtuse angle triangle. Very simple. So basically any angle which is less than 90 is acute. Any angle which is equal to 90 is a right angle triangle. And any angle which is above 90 degree will be an obtuse angled triangle. So let's move further. Classification of triangle on the basis of sides. So basically you have 3 kinds of triangles here. First is the scalene triangle, wherein all the sides are unequal. Then you have an equilateral triangle wherein all the sides are equal. So that's the second part. Third part is an isosceles triangle wherein two sides out of the three sides are equal. So two sides are equal, but the third side is not equal. So that's what I have explained here. The third part of this is classification of triangle on the basis of sides. A triangle with all its three sides as different as in figure A in triangle ABC. So you know this triangle ABC which I took in figure A was with all different sides. So this is a scalene triangle. A triangle with two of its sides as equal but not the third side is an isosceles triangle. This is isosceles triangle ABC, triangle ABC, which I have taken here. You see this is 4, and this is 5. So BC is 5, AB is 4, AC is 4. Usually what happens in an isosceles triangle, you can remember the sides which are the angles which are opposite to the equal sides will also be equal. The angles will also be equal. So this angle C and angle B will be equal. Why? Because the side which is opposite the AB is the side and the angle opposite to AB is C. Same way AC is the side and angle opposite to AC is B. So and we see AB is equal to AC, which is given. AB is equal to AC is equal to 4 centimeter given. So the side which is opposite to AB is angle B. Sorry, the angle which is opposite to side AC is angle B, and same way the angle which is opposite to the side AB is angle C. So angle B is equal to angle C. This is how I wrote it. Same. So you know, I mentioned this as equal. Now let's go to the. So this is what it was a side. Then the third part, a triangle with all its three sides equal is an equilateral triangle. Which is an equilateral triangle with all the sides as equal. And what is this kind of a triangle? These angles of this triangle will be 60 degree, 60, 60, 60, and also the sides will also be equal. So that is about the classification of triangle on the basis of sides, and also we discussed classification of triangles on the basis of angles, and then we just discussed what is a triangle. Now let's go to the median of a triangle. This is important. Median of a triangle in figure B. You see this is the figure B. So again I have taken the same triangle ABC. Now what happens to the median? See what happens. AD is a line segment. You see AD is a line segment from vertex A to the midpoint of the opposite side BC. So you take any vertex. Say you take the vertex A. Then you just draw a line opposite to the vertex. Opposite to the vertex is the line segment BC. So wherever this line which is AD meeting at the opposite side of the opposite side of the vertex, angle A is the vertex. So you have to draw a line AD, a line segment AD which is opposite, which is on the opposite side of the vertex A. So which is BC. So AD is the median to BC. So AB is a line segment from vertex A to the midpoint of the opposite side BC. So vertex A opposite side is BC, vertex B opposite side is AC, vertex C opposite side is AB. So whenever you draw a line segment from the vertex, any of the vertex, to the opposite side of the triangle, then it is called a median. So median will always be at the midpoint of the opposite side. So it is not actually the angle, it is actually the side. Median is to do with the side. So it will bisect the line segment. That's why I have denoted this as BD is equal to DC. Vertex A opposite vertex A. So from vertex A you draw a line segment AD to the opposite side BC, such that BD will be equal to DC. This is the concept for median. Now students, let's take altitude of a triangle. Altitude, or you also see altitude as a word for height. So it is different from median. Now let's see the difference. Altitude of a triangle is a line segment drawn from the vertex of a triangle. Say now I take a figure C, same triangle ABC. So what are the altitudes? AD is the altitude to BC. Same way you see CF is the altitude to AB, and BE is the altitude to A side AC. So what happens? I mentioned this. How do you denote altitude? AD. This is actually perpendicular. This sign is perpendicular. So I'll just I'll explain it to you. AD is perpendicular to BC. CF is perpendicular to AB, and BE is perpendicular to AC. Okay, now let's see. Now I'll explain it. An altitude of a triangle is a line segment drawn from the vertex of a triangle, same way as we did for median. So what happens in figure C, triangle ABC? In figure C, triangle ABC, you see, in figure C, triangle ABC is A to the opposite side BC. In figure C, triangle ABC. Triangle ABC. Okay, AD. In figure C, triangle ABC is A to the opposite side BC to AD. Just give me a minute. BC to AD. Okay. So similar. Basically, I just mentioned that this is the vertex, and the line and the AD is we drawing AD, which is a line segment from the vertex A to the opposite side of the opposite side BC. So again, vertex A, opposite side BC. So we draw a line AD. So whenever we draw a line AD will be the altitude to angle to the side BC. In case of altitude, it will be perpendicular. It will always be 90 degree. So this is the sign for 90 degree. AD will be perpendicular to this means 90 degree or perpendicular to BC. So this is the main difference between median of a triangle and altitude of a triangle. Altitude will do what? It will be perpendicular to the opposite side. So from any vertex A, if you draw a line segment AD, such that AD will always be perpendicular to the opposite side BC. This will be altitude of a triangle. But in median, it will be similar thing, but it will not be. It may not be perpendicular. It will simply bisect the side. That is the median. Okay, that's the basic difference. What all was mentioned over here. Now altitude of a triangle if obtuse angle triangle. What is an obtuse angle triangle? If one of these, as I already mentioned earlier, one of the angle will be obtuse will be when it is more than 90. So let's see. I have taken a figure D in triangle ABC. In this case, what happens? Whenever you have to make an altitude of a triangle which is an obtuse angle, altitude will always be outside the triangle. So this is what is mentioned here. In triangle ABC as figure D, triangle ABC are made. So what happens now? I have to make an altitude. So you have to, this altitude will be at AD. AD will be perpendicular to BC, such that it will not. The AD will be perpendicular to BC, but it will be perpendicular only. As you see, D will be outside the triangle ABC. So in triangle ABC as figure D, triangle ABC is an obtuse angle triangle. You can see this angle ACB. This is how you do it. Whichever angle is mentioned, that will come in the middle. So you will say angle ACB is equal to 120 degree, which is mentioned also in the figure. Therefore AD is perpendicular to BC at D. AD is perpendicular to BC. It will because it has to be 90 degree. Remember, whenever you talk about altitude, it has to be 90 degree. If 90 degree will only be if you make a straight line on BC, and for this you have to extend. So it will always be lying outside the obtuse angle. This is how you represent. This is what it was. This is what it said. Now, students, we move further. Altitude in a right angle triangle. See, right angle triangle is important for you to understand in this chapter. Let's see what exactly is a right angle triangle. One of the angle will be right angle or 90 degree. So figure E. Again, I have taken ABC as the figure. So in triangle ABC, figure E, as you see there, is a right angle triangle as two sides AB and BC, two sides AB and BC containing the angle is 90 degree. So angle angle ABC is 90 degree, and so I also mentioned AB is perpendicular to BC, or you can say angle ABC is 90 degree. This itself is the altitude. So what happens in a right angle triangle? This is altitude in a right angle triangle. So I told you the altitude in a obtuse triangle will be outside the triangle, and what happens to the altitude in a right angle triangle? The sides which contain the angle, so angle sides BC and AB which contain the angle AB, ABC, which contain the angle ABC, that itself will be the altitude of the triangle. So in a right angle triangle where the angle mentioned is 90 degree, that itself a side which contains the angle is the altitude of the right angle triangle. So herein this is not the, if I draw this in a right angle triangle, always remember that the angle which has the angle which has the 90 degree, say B has 90 degree. So whatever side you see which is there, AB is the side which is perpendicular to BC. This itself will be the altitude. You don't. If you draw one line here, suppose. So this will not be this, say D. Say you draw another line D. So this is not the altitude. BD is not the altitude because right angle. This is the right angle triangle. This 90 degrees here. So this itself is the altitude in a right angle triangle. Okay. So just for explanation, I was showing you. So AB is perpendicular to BC. This is the altitude in a right angle triangle. Now the eighth concept here is important for you for this chapter, angle sum property. Most of you must be knowing that the sum of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. This is simply the angle sum property. In figure F, you see ABC. I again denoted this figure F with the three different angles. We don't know the angles, but they are different, right? This is how you donate. 1 arc, 2 arcs and 3 arcs. So ABC are different angles as in figure F, but angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees always angle sum property. So this is basically the angle sum property. Their sum will always be equal to 180 degrees. This is the angle sum property. Now we go to the exterior angle property. Now see, I made the figure G here, again triangle ABC. So I extend this and take this to the point D, such that angle ACD is exterior angle. Any angle which is outside the triangle is an exterior angle. So you see angle ACD. Why? Because we have to denote angle C. Angle C has got 3 dashes, angle B has got 2 dashes, angle A has got 1 dash, which means basically I am denoting that angle A, B and C are different angles. But what is the exterior angle property? Let's see. In triangle ABC we see angle ACD is exterior angle outside the triangle ABC. That's why we say it is an exterior angle, right? Now, and angle A and angle B. Angle A and angle B are interior angles. You see, they are inside the triangle. So they are interior angles. Simple. So what is the property here? Angle A and angle B are opposite to angle C. Angle A and angle B are opposite to angle C. First, they have to be opposite, but they are also interior angles. So what is the property? Angle C, or you can also write this as ACD. Angle C can also be written as ACD is equal to angle BAC, or say angle A plus angle B. Angle A plus angle B, or you can say angle BAC plus angle ABC. Simple. So basically, this property is that the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. Interior opposite angles. Angle C is equal to angle A plus angle B. Check the exterior angle, check the opposite angles to the exterior angle, and they have to be they will always be equal to the exterior angle if you add these two interior opposite angles. Now we talk about the Pythagoras theorem. It is said a Pythagoras theorem because it was invented, or the name was given by the mathematician Pythagoras. Now in figure H, you see figure H, A, B, these are sides A, B, and this is H. H is the hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse? So hypotenuse is the longest side first. It is the side opposite to the right angle triangle. So whenever you talk about Pythagoras theorem, or this has to be in a right angle triangle. So in figure H, ABC is a right angle triangle at angle B. ABC is 90 degrees. So in figure H, ABC is a right angle triangle. So side opposite to it is H, which is hypotenuse, and other two sides are A and B, AB and BC. AB and BC. These are other two sides. So what is the theorem? Theorem is H square, hypotenuse square is equal to AB square plus BC square, or you can say H square is equal to A square plus B square. So what is the theorem? hypotenuse square is equal to square or hypotenuse square or square of hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. And hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So h square is equal to a square plus b square. Just remember this. Okay. Now we talk about Pythagoras triplet. So if three sides of a triangle are A, B, C, suppose A is 2 cm, B is 3 cm and C is 4 cm, then A square plus B square equal to C square. So basically it's derived from Pythagoras theorem, but then herein what happens, A square plus B square is equal to C square. If this is the theorem, if this is applicable in any of the sides given in a triangle, then it will be a Pythagoras triplet. We will do some questions and you will be clarified much better in through that way. But if A square plus B square is not equal to C square, don't remember A plus B. A plus B, no. A square plus B square is equal to C square is a Pythagoras triplet. However, if A square plus B square is not equal to C square, then students, what happens? It is not a Pythagoras triplet. Simple. I hope you are enjoying this chapter. It is not a very difficult chapter. It is very conceptual chapter. If you know the concepts in your mind, you know what is a altitude, what is a median. If you know what is angle sum property, if you know Pythagoras theorem, and if you know basically kinds of angles, and so then things will be much clearer and you will enjoy doing the questions. So definitely I'm just about to come to the questions as well. Now last is triangle inequality property. Triangle inequality property. So as the very word says, if three sides of a triangle are such that sum of two sides is greater than the third side. So suppose you take any three side A2, B3, and you take A2, B3, and say you take CS4. Have I taken that? CS4, okay. A2, okay. So what happens here in let's see. If the sum of the two sides is greater than the third side, then triangle will be formed. You will be able to make the triangle. But if the sum of the two sides is lesser than the third side, then triangle will not be formed. So let's take this example here to understand triangle inequality property. If you are given two sides A as 2, B as 3 and C as 4, can you tell me if you can make a triangle or not? Let's see how. What is A square? 2 square, 4, 3 square, 9, 4 plus 9 is 13, and I taken 4 as C, and C square is 16. So what happens here? A square plus B square is how much? 2 square plus 3 square, 9 and 9 plus 4, 13. 13 is less than 16. 13 is less than C square, or you can say A square plus B square is less than C square. So this is, here you see this, A square plus B square is less than C square. So what happens here? Triangle will not be possible. You will not be able to make the triangle. However, if A square plus B square is greater than C square, then triangle will be formed.